stiff? What y'all think? Meringue looks good to me. It wasn't that hard to make with an electric mixer, but how cute. Oh my goodness, and it's fun too. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Louisiana Homestead. Today I'm going to be trying to make some lemon meringue pies for the first time in my entire life, so let's hope these turn out well. I'm going to be using my mom's recipe. The only thing different is when my mom does these, her recipe called for to make the crust with vanilla wafers, but I'm going to be using just some pie crust that I have here. I don't have any vanilla wafers on hand. I have a pie crust that I had frozen that I had made. I like to make my own pie crust. I actually have a video on that, but I like to make them and then freeze them, and that way whenever I'm ready to make a pie, I can just pull it out the freezer and thaw it out. So what I'm gonna do, I like to keep me a little bit of flour in a old seasoning container that's cleaned out. It's very good for this. And I love this little mat. My sister brought this to me and I love it. It is so good for rolling out pie crust. Works very, very good. So let's see if we can get a little flour on here too. On both sides of her. Now, I actually took out 2 pie crusts, but I don't know. I think the pie filling is going to be enough to make 2 pies, is my thought. But we're going to see. I'm going to go on ahead and roll them both out. Since I have thawed them both out, I'm going to roll them both out too. Let's see how far we can get with this. Add a little more flour on top of here. And I like how this thing has like it's circles on it. It helps you to keep your shape. Sorry about all the noise with this old table. It's a very old table, y'all. And it has a tendency to squeak a little bit. And that's the only bad thing. That's the only bad thing about that. It's the squeaking. But it's an awesome table other than that. Let's see. We just about got it rolled out. We're going to be using a deep dish pie pan or pie plate, whatever you want to call it. I think that's rolled out enough. Okay, let's see if I can pick this thing up and get it into my pan. I'm just rub a little bit of this flour on there to help it slide under there. This is a neat little spatula I found at a thrift store. It is super thin, so I think it's going to work good for this. I actually have a metal one that I usually use when I do this, and I didn't see it, so I just grabbed this one, and it's working just fine. See that? Push a little bit of that flour under there, and it helps it to lift up. Just about got it completely lifted. There we go. Let's see if we can pick this rascal up without tearing it. Okay. It's pretty good. And it's going to have to bake. So I'm going to bake it without the pie filling in it. Because I only found 2 other recipes for lemon meringue pies besides my mom's. She had a church that she went to, and they made a recipe book, and it's got a lot of her recipes in it because she submitted a bunch of them. I'm just trying to get this thing kind of where I want it. Okay. Let's see, I got a couple spots that's missing some dough, so I'll just kind of move my dough around. The ones that sticking off to the side, I'll pinch those off and place them in the spots where there's nothing, or patch it up a little. Once the filling is in there, you'll never be able to tell. Now, if you're into having a pretty edge on it, you can do something with that. It's not really my concern for today. I'm just trying to get this recipe together and see if it'll come out good. I'm not too concerned about how beautiful the crust is going to look on the edges. But I do want to leave some edges up. I know that because when I was reading the recipes, it said you have to make sure that the meringue touches the edge of the pie crust. So you'll have that filling down in there, and then you have the meringue on top, and the meringue has to touch the crust so that it doesn't pull away, so it doesn't kind of shrink. So I think that's good for this one. I need to go on ahead and get my next one filled up. Put some more flour. Get that on there. Just kind of press and roll. This crust is still a little cold because I had it in the refrigerator. But it's so it's a little harder to roll out. Oh, the oven's ready. That's what y'all just heard. So anyway, y'all see me pressing on the actual roller. It's because I'm trying to get the most weight onto it as possible to get it to move on outward. But it's doing fine. I think we need a little more flour on top. I'm telling you, this is the ticket, y'all. Get you one of your old seasoning containers and clean it out and put some flour in it. I use that all the time. I use it for when I'm making thickening gravies too. It's nice, very handy to have instead of pulling out your flour stores. This is gonna be good. I hope, y'all. I hope. I'm so hungry for a lemon meringue pie. I hope this works. I'm kind of scared because I never made one before. So, do you have experience making lemon meringue pies? And if so, and you have some hints and tips, please share them with me, because I want to learn how to do this as best as I can. And sometimes just some little comments in the comment section can be very helpful. Let's see. Uh-oh, a piece of my crust came up. Get back on there. I didn't say it was the most beautiful pie crust, y'all, but to me it is the best tasting pie crust. It is a very good recipe for pie crust, this one. And I love it. It goes good with apple pie, cherry pie. It also goes well with pecan pie, sweet potato pie. It just does, this crust does very well with many different kinds of pies. All right, y'all, I need a little more of this flour for my, get this thing unstuck. But it's coming up. People have different little tricks for getting the pie crust up. If you have one, please let me know what your trick or tip would be for that. Y'all probably saying, my God, this girl is tearing this pie crust up. Well, it's going to be fine. Trust me. I've been through this enough times to know. Okay, this little pie pan here I got at the thrift store, and I love it because it has these handles on it. It makes it a lot easier to get your hot, bubbling pie out of the oven when you have something to grab onto. I had some of the other ones that didn't have that on it, and I did not like those. I like this one better, this kind anyhow. All right, let's see if we can get this in here. kind of shape it up a little bit. Now you see how you can work with that dough? It's so forgiving. You can just shape it how you want. Look how much dough I have hanging on this side. I'm just going to take it off like that. And I'm just going to add it in where it's kind of thin or missing a little spot. And it's going to overlap in some places. It's not going to hurt anything. It's just going to be that the crust will be a little thicker in some spots than others. And I definitely can live with that. This is such a good crust. I'm not throwing it out. I'm going ahead and pinching it off and just putting it in wherever it's missing a little bit. And like I said, I'm not worried about these edges being beautiful. I just need them to be sticking up a little bit so that I can have something to stick my meringue to so it doesn't shrink up. Okay, y'all. We got the pie crusts rolled out and put in the pans. Now we just need to put them in the oven. Let me make sure I don't have anything on the bottoms of them because y'all seen where I put those at to do them. So that one's good. Oh, you know what I need to do? And I almost forgot. Make some little holes down there so it don't puff up. You know what I'm talking about? So it'll have some air holes to escape out of. And I'm going to do that with this one too, y'all. They don't have to be perfectly centered or and all that. Just kind of make you some holes. See there? Like that. Now, into the oven they go. I'm going to set my clock on that for about 10 minutes and then I'll check it. The reason that I'm not sure exactly how long to bake the crust is because every recipe I looked at said it was using an already made pie crust or some type of cookie. I think I'll just keep checking this and it shouldn't take that long for those little thin pie shells to cook. So let's get on to the filling. We're going to start with the yolks. So let's start putting that together. Now I have seen a few videos on making meringues and they all said use a glass bowl. That was the suggestion, and make very sure it doesn't have any oil in it. So that's a little bit of vinegar that y'all just seen me put in there, and it's already a clean bowl, but I want to make sure there's no oily residue whatsoever in this bowl. And I have seen them do that on some cooking shows where they just clean out the bowl with a little bit of vinegar. I'm just trying to make sure trying to ensure that my meringue is gonna turn out. I sure hope it does, y'all. Y'all gonna be along with me on this one. If you have some tips about the meringue, let me know that too. Okay, so first we're gonna start out separating our eggs. Now this one I'm using for the yolks. So let's get started. We're going to need 6 eggs, okay? So we're going to start with these right here. These are some yard eggs right out of the hen house. So let's get started. Then let's pray. And let's pray I can get this right, y'all. All right, let's see. I'm going to separate these. Oh, wait, this is supposed to be the yolks. Hold on. All right. So we're going to get our... Ooh, y'all use the gator. Okay, there's one yolk. I'll bring y'all in maybe a little bit closer just so you can see it well. Look how that white just separates so well. Okay. Okay, there's another yolk. So far, so good. Well, I guess the separating of the eggs isn't that hard, huh? Ooh, that one's got a little something I can do without, I do believe. Let's get that off of there. Now, there's our yolk. Sometimes eggs has some funny little looking stuff on them. If y'all ever noticed what I'm talking about, that extra white part on there, I'm sure somebody will have a great comment about that. There we go. All right, we got 4 of them now. 2 more to go. Sure hope I don't mess this recipe up. That'd be a lot of wasted eggs, wouldn't it? That's the thing about these recipes. You want to make sure you doing stuff right, because ingredients cost so much. You don't want to mess anything up and waste your stuff. All right, this is the last one. Okay, come on, separate yourself. Okay, you didn't want to leave the yolk. There it goes. All right, so now we have our whites. I'm going to set those aside because we're going to be working with the yolks first. So let's see what we got to do with them. Okay, y'all, Mama says mix the yolks until they are nice and a lemony color. So let's go on ahead and beat those up. All right, here we go. Mix those up. Well, these are going to be more than a lemony color because these are yard eggs. They are going to be a very dark color, actually. Okay, so I don't know if you can get them to be a lemony color by stirring them more or not. Okay, that means I need to check my pie shells, y'all. Let's look at them. We'll look at them together. Let's see. Oh, they're not cooked. We're going to let them go another 10 minutes, okay? Now, back to business. And by the way, this is the cookbook, y'all, that my mom has her recipes in. A Little Bit of Heaven. It's the little church of the little flower. You see that? And that's the actual picture of the church that she went to. She was a member of. I'm going to go on ahead and open up these 2 cans of sweetened condensed milk because that's what the recipe calls for. These, I have them marked that they are going to go bad on October 26th. I like to mark my cans like that. That's also something my mom showed me. It's very helpful to keep your pantry fresh. When you write on it like that on top, you can see it so much better than that little tiny writing that the factory stamps onto them. Now, I'm not trying to use any particular sweetened condensed milk. This is sweetened condensed milk. It's not evaporated milk, okay? This is the thick sweet one. And I'm using 2 of them. This is just a store brand. It's all I had here at the house. And I'm sure it will do just fine. Not worried about it at all. I don't know if there's a whole lot of difference in name brand sweetened condensed milk and the other kind, but I wouldn't think that it's very much. I think we're supposed to beat these, y'all. I'm not really satisfied because it does say beat, and this little fork is not doing a whole lot. So I'm going to get my mixers out And we're going to try that on. Maybe this will lighten the color up. It may. You know, whipping some air into it, it may lighten them up. We're going to try it and see. There's no harm in that for sure. Let's go for it. Slung a little bit, but I tell you what, that does look different. Yep, I think I was supposed to do that. That looks different and it does look better. It fluffed it up. It added some air into it, which I think is going to make a big difference for our pie. Yeah, we're going to move that back just a little bit. I'm going to just set a bowl under there in case it drips so it'll catch it. And then I'm going to add in these condensed milks because that's what Mama says, in her recipe. Time to add the condensed milk to these egg yolks. And remember, there's 6 egg yolks in here. That's a lot. Some of the other, I came across another recipe that had the condensed milk in it, but it made one pie. And it was only half these ingredients. It was only 1 can of milk and 3 eggs in it. Trying to get all that out of there, y'all. I can't stand to leave anything in a can. Are y'all like that? I just want to get it all out of there. I want to get what I paid for. You know what I'm saying? Like that all goes in the recipe. Well, let's hope it all fits in my little tiny bowl, huh? Because I still got a whole other can to fit in here. Now, why do I want to use these small bowls? That's what I want to know. Why? Why? There's no way I'm going to be able to beat this. And it's full to the top. Well, I'm going to have to switch bowls. I see it coming. I need room to work those mixers or this stuff's going to fly everywhere. Should I try it in this little bowl or should I switch? I think I need to switch. I don't think I should leave it in that little bowl. I will have a mess, won't I? Let's get a bigger bowl. Switch to a metal bowl. And then we're going to mix all this in good. It looks like mustard. It's so orange. These yard eggs. It's supposed to look like lemons, not mustard. Well, y'all, this is what you can expect if you are trying to make a lemon meringue pie for the first time. You can learn from my mistakes. All right, now Now it's time to squeeze the lemons. Okay, my puree shells are ready. It did cook in the extra 10 minutes. Alright, here we go. They came out nice and brown on the edges. They didn't puff up like I was talking about earlier, so they look good. They just need to cool down. Okay, let's see how good these lemons are. They smell good. They're pretty too. They gotta have, the seeds have to come out. So I'm going ahead and cut all of them and then get the seeds out. But I guess I'll see the seeds whenever I juice them, so maybe we'll just get them out then. See how hard this is going to be. Oh, it's not hard at all. It's coming right out. Bring it in a little close. Okay, here we go. It's supposed to take the juice of 6 lemons. I actually have 5 here. It's all that came in the bag. I didn't realize I needed an extra one, but I do have some canned lemon juice, or bottled lemon juice rather, that we can make up the difference with if we taste it and it seems like it needs a little more. This little strainer catches all the seeds, so you don't have to remove the seeds. I think this is a piece of Tupperware, this juicer. Picked that up at a thrift store too. It's getting it out good. There's nothing left in there. This pie is a workout, y'all. You gotta roll out the crust and do all this. Like Mr. E was saying, I don't think a lot of people do this anymore. They buy their little pie crust already made and just use the bottled lemon juice. Makes it a lot easier, don't it? But I'm trying to follow a specific recipe here. Except for I didn't for the crust, did I? Boy, the women of yesteryear, they must have had some good muscles. Making bread and doing this kind of stuff all the time. Not to mention washing clothes by hand. I bet nobody fooled with them. See how much juice we have here. Good bit, actually. We still got, counting this one, 4 more pieces to go. Now it does say to put the pulp in, but not the seeds. And I see my strainer is catching some of the pulp. So we're going to have to kind of sift through that. I don't want my bowl to get too full. I think it'll be okay. It wasn't a while ago though, was it? Nothing left in that one. Let's see if we can sort through this seeds and stuff. Guess what I need to do is pull the seeds out of it. As far as the juice in the bowl goes, it can be added now. Try to get these seeds out. Okay, so there's our pulp we have left. I'm going to add it in like the recipe says. I think I got all the seeds out of it, hopefully. That ought to make it nice and lemony. Sure smells nice and lemony. To mix this in slowly. I guess I wasn't supposed to dump the whole thing in at once. Hope that doesn't mess it up. Mix it in. It smells good. Looks good too. It says it should set thick. It looks pretty thick. I know it's not set yet, but it should set thick according to the recipe. Okay. Set that aside. Okay, now we need 3/4 of a cup of sugar. So let's get that measured out. Some of the recipes I've seen call for 1/2 cup. This one calls for 3/4, so that's what I'm using. Now I have my sugar measured out. I have my cream of tartar ready to go. Let's see if it has a seal on it. Yep. You can see I don't use this much. All right. Now I'll just leave it open like that so I can scoop out what I need of it. Set these two things on the side. I did go back and clean my beaters very well. Make sure they don't have any oil on them. Because now it's time to do the whites. We need to spoon our lemon mixture into these pie shells. That's what Mama says. Now, you know what? I needed to add a little more lemon in here. And I'm going to have to finish up with this to get the rest of my lemon in there. Which, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I don't think you get that much juice out of a lemon. So I'm just going to do a couple of tablespoons. Okay. And just kind of stir that in. Do y'all cook like this? Lord have mercy. I'm trying, y'all. Okay, let's see. It's pretty lemony, but I think I'm gonna add some more. I want to taste the lemon, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on with it. Okay, that's more like it. All right, let's get this in here. And look, some of my pie shells shrunk down. Okay, I only want half of this in this one. And I'll put the rest in the other one. I think this is going to be something else, y'all. I'm sure glad I did the 2 pie shells instead of trying to fit it all into one pie. Because I didn't want a real thick pie anyway. So this is going to be good. Oh, and it tastes so rich and delicious. Just like Mom's. Of course, it's her recipe. It should taste like hers, right? Okay, there we go. Now we can set that one aside as well. And we can start working on the egg whites. Oh my goodness. Cross your fingers. Beat egg whites and cream of tartar until peaks form. A quarter of a teaspoon of the cream of tartar. So there's that. I'm through with that, but it'd take you your whole lifetime to go through this thing, wouldn't it? No use to fuss when you buy a little container and say it's got just a little bit in it, because that's going to last a long time. I'll probably have to throw it out. It'll probably expire before I can use it. I'm not seeing any peaks yet. Oh, I'm seeing some peaks. Y'all see them? Woohoo! Okay, we can start adding our sugar now gradually. They're not stiff though. You see that? I don't know, y'all. Huh? Pretty stiff? What y'all think? Pretty good? I hope so. Nice. Tastes good. That's very good to know. And now we just gotta get it onto our pies. You know, my mom says that her dad really liked these pies, but her mom wasn't crazy about making the meringue for them because it would take so long. They didn't have a mixer. So she would get her husband to whip this meringue up. You know, that was back in the days of no electric mixers, I suppose. Okay, now remember, it's got to touch the edge of the crust. It's got to touch the crust so it doesn't pull away. So I'm making sure I'm getting it on there. Okay, I've got it touching all the way around. Let's get this one as well. The meringue looks good to me. It wasn't that hard to make with an electric mixer, but it still took a long time. I mean, it took more than 5 minutes for sure to beat it like that with an electric mixer. So can you imagine by hand how long it would take? Oh my goodness. But like I was saying earlier too, the people were stronger back then because they didn't have machines to do everything for them like we do now. So I guess they could have better endurance also for things like this or whatever, anything really. It looks, I'm satisfied with the way the meringue looks. I mean, it's nice and fluffy. It's gonna have a nice big bunch of it too, which is awesome. All right. Now, when she did hers, she always come back and did this with it, just to make it kind of pretty, make it kind of special. Gives it a nice little, some little peaks on there. Look how cute. Oh my goodness. And it's fun too. Very fun. All right, y'all. Look at that one. It's really standing up. Okay. Let's put them in the oven. That's all that's left. They've been in the oven for 15 minutes and they're nice and brown, so let's get them out. Oh, they came out pretty. Very, very pretty. Ooh, they have to cool. They are hot. Straight out of the oven hot. Turn the oven off. And let's take a closer look at these pies. Look how beautiful. Oh my gosh. I can't wait for them to cool so I can have a slice. They look good. If they taste as good as they look, it'll be a success. Okay, so guys, I'll bring you back whenever I cut a slice of it. So I'll see you then. All right, y'all, I'm gonna show y'all what happened to my pies. I went on ahead and I refrigerated them. I covered them up. Some other ones so it wouldn't get messed up. I'm gonna cut me a slice out of here. As you can see, we have been eating this pie. I know I told y'all that it didn't come out just right, but I want to show it to y'all so y'all can see exactly what I'm talking about. So let me cut me a little piece. As y'all can see, we definitely been eating it, okay? But it didn't turn out like Mama's. It just didn't. See if I can get this out with a butter knife. I'm kind of chancing it here. Okay, I got it. All right, let's let y'all take a closer look at it. See there? The meringue came out very good. Very nice. That's a piece of the crust right there. But this lemon part, to me, it didn't come out the same as Mama's. It's just not like light and fluffy. You see what I mean? Now, to me, it tastes a little strong. I think I put too much lemon in it. But also, these were York eggs, and they just taste stronger to me. Let me set this aside. Nobody wants to see that. So I'm just wondering, you know, what I did wrong. I'm kind of thinking it's the way that I added the lemon juice in there. I didn't add it in slowly. I just dumped it all in, and then I saw that I was supposed to add it in slowly. So that may be what's up with the filling, why it's a different consistency of the one Mom had. Now the richness is there. The meringue turned out right. I was well pleased with the way the meringue turned out. I was actually more nervous about the meringue than the filling. Now I realized I should have paid closer attention to the filling as well. But I'll try to make one again, and when I do, I'll video it. So thank y'all for watching. Let me know if y'all have any fails in your kitchen as well, because I know I'm not the only one, and especially with a dessert like this. I don't know, it just seems a little intimidating to me, I suppose. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you'll like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, bye.